So I've been reading Balance by Lucia Franco on my Kindle. I have been voice noting my friend Tilly from Matilda Reads that I mention in like every single video all my thoughts, and she kind of said yesterday you should just make a vlog out of this, so here we are, that's what we're doing. I filmed some thoughts that I had yesterday because I looked like a thumb. I thought I'd come back today and film a proper intro looking less thumb-like because it's Thursday, and Thursday is when I do a virtual quiz and then do another quiz with some friends on FaceTime, so it's the one day I put makeup on normally. I ended up doing my hair as well, so it's a good day. For those of you who don't know, Balance is a book about a girl who's 15, Adriana, who wants to be an elite gymnast and compete in the Olympics, so she wants a better coach. Her dad hooks her up with his friend who's a gymnastics coach, Kova, who's Russian, and she moves 3 hours away to train at his gym. A lot of people don't like the book because of the age gap, because I think she's 15 and he's 32. So far for me though, the issue is they have absolutely no chemistry. Like, I don't get it. So when I decided to start this vlog yesterday, I was at 38% or 36%, I think. I'm somewhere around the 40 mark now, so not much more. Through the fact that I have been voice noting, I had a record of all the things I had issue with, so I've gone back through. I have a whole list of problems I've had. So I'm going to catch you up on my issues so far. Obviously this vlog is going to be full of spoilers if the title and the thumbnail didn't give it away already, because I have so much to say. So much. So if you want to read this book yourself, it's going to be spoilers from here. You've been warned. Let's get into it. So it starts off with her dad agreeing this deal with Kova because her dad's like a real estate like millionaire or something. Part of the deal, it's mentioned that her dad's gonna pay for a calf to be installed in the gym, and on her like third day the calf is already there, like, and I'm pretty sure it's only been a month or two, and she definitely says that the cafe was built as part of the agreement, so it's not like renovated, it was built. It does not take a couple months to build a calf. I've just bought a house that was just built. I know it doesn't take 3 months to build a calf. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they don't give specific time frames, but it's way too quick. So that was my first thing that I went, bit odd. She's a level 10 at the minute and she wants to train with the elite gymnasts, so he introduces her to the elites and then says, no, you'll be training with the level 10s. I don't know what you're capable of yet. You can't train with it. Fuck off. And then she's training with those girls she was introduced to, the elites, the whole time. Like, sorry, you said she had to be assessed first. Makes zero sense to me. So because her dad's in real estate as well, she's like completely alone in this penthouse of his. She only has a driver and meals get delivered to her. That's it. Like, is that a thing? I don't understand. Like, I could believe that if there was like a nanny living with her or something, like a guardian, but she's completely alone. Like, she just has someone to drive her to the gym. Like, she's 15, for fuck's sake. You don't move your kid 3 hours away. It makes no sense. Like, I can't buy it. Although if you like know anybody who's done that, feel free to tell me I'm wrong. Ooh, then we've got, she is talking to him about her training plan. Fine, cool. And he's like, well, you need to take ballet because it will give you some more grace and some more flexibility, and, you know, in gymnastics, key things. And she just throws a fit about it, like, excuse me, you wanted to know what you were doing wrong. You wanted to know how to improve. Why wouldn't you just go, okay, cool, I'll do some ballet. Cool. Doesn't make sense. Like, quit being a fucking brat and do what he tells you to do. So a little later on, it's the 4th of July. She's been there a few months and she's going to Cova's for this like barbecue party thing he throws. Fine. She stood there looking at like his medals that he's got displayed, and she's looking at the silvers, and he asks what she's thinking and she says something about it. And so he explains why silver's still very valid or whatever, I don't know. And through this conversation, like, he's just talking about getting silver at the Olympics, like it's no big fucking deal. He's not massively opening up. But then it says, this was a pivotal moment between us. Show me, don't tell me. Also, chatting about silver medals didn't feel pivotal to me, but I'm not athletic, so maybe it was for them. But why do you need to tell me? And then he walks away and goes outside, and so she carries on snooping a little bit and sees like his office. So she goes in, picks up a photo of his girlfriend on the desk, and it's her in like suspenders and lingerie, framed. And then he comes in and is like, what are you doing? And kicks off her. He says, and I quote, I wrote this down, this is a very private picture for my eyes only. Then why did you frame it and put it on your desk, you fucking dick? Are you fucking stupid? You're about to have a party as well, so if you do that in your own home, cool. But wouldn't you put it away before you have a bunch of children around your house? Or anybody if it's private. No? Just me? There's also another quote I wrote because it bothered me, only for logistics. He lifted a hand and moved a lock of hair from my shoulder and tucked it behind my ear. From here, tucked behind your ear? Like, did he pick it up? Lifted it from my shoulder and tucked it behind my ear? Like, that's horrible. Like, here, you tuck it behind your ear. Like, it's not lifting from my shoulder. I don't know, logistics wasn't right for me. I feel like I've been very picky because I've gone in knowing that people don't like it, but I know that the people's main problem is her immaturity and the age gap and all that. But for me, it's all these little bits that I keep picking up on. She also actually kisses another guy who's like around a couple years older than her, not 32. And then just acts like it never happened. But they have way more chemistry, way more. And he's helping her with like all her rips on her hands and stuff. She describes how he's helping. She's leaning into him. And it sounds like she feels so much safer and happier with this guy, Hayden, not Coach Kova, who literally, every time they're together, he just berates her and like shouts at her. And that doesn't equal chemistry for me. That's not hate to love. That is him being a fucking bellend and shouting at a 15-year-old girl, giving her no hope and confidence in her abilities. There's tough love, and then it's just being a fucking dick. And he's a dick to me. And so there's this one time where he's pushing her that fucking hard, and she's trying to like flip on a beam, and she falls and lands on her crotch. She then like falls off the balance beam and it's like tucked up, and she says that she thought she felt a bone break inside of her. Like, okay, that sounds horrible. But then she gets up and does it again, and he's like, okay, cool, do it again, yeah. And she does the same thing again. She falls again and it hurts her even more. If you fall and think you've broken something, you don't just get up and do the same thing again and go strolling around. You're in pain, you're down, you're out for the count. It does not make sense. And then like she's dismissed to go and like clean herself up and stuff because she's bleeding and grazed. And she describes removing her leotard and looking, and there's loads of blood. She's just like, oh cool, wipe it up, carry on, go to sit in the calf. Maybe I have a lower tolerance for pain. She sat in the calf and Kova comes in, and basically what happens is he starts like touching her through her leotard. Okay, the age difference wasn't the bit that bothered me. Again, it was that there was no chemistry. Like, I didn't see any reason for him to want her. Like, he just shouts at her. Like, some kids are that bully when they fancy somebody, but it's not bully romance. Like, it doesn't feel like that. It's not believable. I don't know, it's really bothered me. So she has a good time, like she enjoys it, so it's fine. It doesn't feel particularly predatory to me or anything. But afterwards she goes, oh my god, what was that? It felt so good. Like, that just makes you sound like more of a child. You know what happened. You don't need to be like, that was earth shattering. It doesn't make sense. That's all that's happened up to about the 38% mark where I was at yesterday that has bothered me. So far, the only thing I'm enjoying is her friendship with her friend back home. Everything else just isn't hitting the mark for me. I don't want to just completely slag off a book. Like, Tilly loved it, so she's getting all my bad thoughts, bless her. I get that this will be for some people, and I really thought this would be for me, but it's just, it's not at the minute. So I'll keep you updated on my thoughts. Next clip you're going to see is from yesterday, and when I found myself a bit uncomfortable. I only read one chapter yesterday, so it's just a short clip. But yeah, let's go to Past Gate. This is definitely going to be lower quality because I'm filming on the front camera, because I can't be fucked right now. I'm hot and tired and I've got a headache coming on and I can't bother to work out turning it around and still looking presentable enough for the internet. Yeah, I've been reading Balance Outside in the Sun. I've got some things to say. She's gone to the gym in the middle of the night to chill out or whatever, and she comes in, she turns on the lights, and it's only illuminating one area of the gym and the rest of it's all in darkness. Like, I think it's just the beam or the hoops or something like that. And Coach Kova comes back from like another room, I think, not from like in from outside, and he's training and doesn't realise she's there. Like, maybe he wouldn't see her, but the lights are suddenly on. Someone's coming in to turn some lights on, and you give that a second look around. I don't understand. But whatever, she's just ogling him. And then her phone rings, so he knows she's there. They have a conversation about control, and they start kissing. Yeah. Normally in a book like this, it's building up to it, and when it finally gets there, like, yes, finally, fantastic, but I'm not getting that. And then, here's a direct quote for you. The taste of him was as sweet as candy and cool, with the hint of vodka I'd smelled earlier. No vodka was mentioned. Why is he drunk, exercising in a gym, alone in the dark, and then kissing a 15-year-old girl? He's Russian, so are they just saying Russians smell like vodka, or are they going to address this? I don't understand. I'd have more of a problem if nothing else is said about it, so I'll have to wait and see, and hopefully it won't be some weird half-assed explanation. Don't forget, he has a girlfriend while he's kissing this 15-year-old girl, as far as we know, and as far as she knows. So yeah, we'll see. I'll report back in a bit. Okay, so I filmed that intro while I was on my lunch break, and then read a little bit more as well. Oh god, look at... Ignore my mess. She's just seen Kova after the whole kissing incident last night, where she hid when his girlfriend came in while they were doing whatever they were doing, getting pretty close to doing a lot. And like, he's disappeared for 3 days and then just come back, and she's seen him in the hallway at the gym and been like, oh, hello, where have you been? I think we need to talk. Like, pretty mature about it, at least. And he just fucking ignores her and storms off. Like, excuse me, that's a 15-year-old girl. You have a girlfriend, be a fucking adult and talk to her about the issue. Tell her it was a mistake if you think it was a mistake. Don't just fucking ignore her. You are the adult in the position of power. Get your shit together, mate. I do not like him. There's nothing likeable about him. Apart from that he's dedicated to gymnastics. It's literally his only redeeming quality so far. Let's hope this picks up. Hopefully he will stop being a man-child as well. We'll see. Speak to you in a bit. What is wrong with me? I just filmed this whole video clip talking about balance with the front camera, not the back camera on me, and I just filmed like my clock the entire time. That work hasn't even been hard this week. What's wrong with me? Fucking hell. I guess that really sets the tone for my mental power, which is not good. What I was saying, which I'll repeat, I'm just really struggling. Like, I feel like Adriana does nothing right. Everyone just slags her off constantly. Everyone's like, you're a piece of shit. You can't do anything right. This is wrong, that's wrong. Everything's wrong. So, we're halfway through the book. Shouldn't she have improved? Shouldn't she be doing some moves and then paying off? And them saying, oh great, that bit of your routine was great, or that move was great. No. Everyone just says, this is shit, you need to fix this. I don't get it. I'm also struggling with like picturing everything that she's doing, which I mean, I just filmed this the wrong way around. Maybe this is me, not the book. But like, they're just explaining how she is stretching or doing things, and it just makes no sense to me. Like, I can't picture it at all. So they were just talking about Kova holding her to make sure her chest doesn't drop while she's doing some move, and so she says, can you show me properly? And they go off, and he's saying, oh yep, I'll hold you and you'll kick your legs back. And it's like, but do you mean, how is he holding you? How are you kicking your legs back? Is he holding you while you're like bent over and kicking your legs back? Is he holding you while you try and kick your legs into a flip, or what? Like what? I'm just very confused constantly. But yeah, maybe that's just me. Anyway, I'm going to try finish it this weekend. There's only half of it left. So it's got to be, what, like 250 pages or something like that? I can do that, that's not hard. Just need to put my mind to it. It's a bank holiday on Monday, and I want the sun to come back out, and I want to read like something. I just want to read something else. Wish me luck finishing it. I'll update you again in a bit, I'm sure. Hi. We're just gonna, excuse my face. It's bank holiday Monday here in the UK, and I did consider putting makeup on today, but it's really nice weather, so if I put makeup on and wear sunglasses, it's all just going to come off anyway, and I'm going to sweat it off. So this is where we are. So I've been sat out in the sun reading Balance. I'm up to about 70%, and they just had sex for the first time without protection. That's where we're at. So obviously I'm not feeling the most positive about this situation. He just shows up at her condo. And I do feel better that finally they're at her place instead of doing what they're doing in the middle of a gym where anyone could walk in. So I felt a little less uncomfortable. But yeah. And like, she's hiding that she's a virgin as well, but like, I feel like he would know. He even says, oh, it's like you're a virgin. It's like, oh, yeah, she's 16 years old. It's very likely that that's the case. Wouldn't you have had that conversation before you have sex? No? Ugh. I don't know. I don't care at all. But I'm hoping to finish it today. It's 10 to 12, so hopefully by the end of the day I can finish it, and maybe I'll put some makeup on to give you my final thoughts when that happens. Because we don't need a lot of this on the internet. Let's speak to you in a little bit. Okay, so I obviously didn't finish last night. I'm almost 80% in, I think, so it's definitely getting finished today. I'll give you my final thoughts on the last couple bits because I think it's going to be a wild ride now. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep my cool. Because, boy, I'm fucked off at Kova. He's just an utter fucking bellend. I don't understand. Things aren't good. He's just showing up at a house in the middle of the night again. Literally just to slag her off for not telling him that she was a virgin. I'm sorry, but she's 16. If that mattered to you, you should have had a conversation about it. It's not her fault. And then he's just gone and said it is all your fault that all this has happened. You pursued me. Which I don't see that at all. Like, they are both to blame. Like, he's definitely like rubbed up against her and made most of the first moves. So if anything, it was more him. He's such a bellend. After telling her it's all her fault, they've had sex again without protection, and he is dressed and immediately left and just basically called her a whore and just left. Oh, he makes me mad. I do not hold out high hopes for the rest of this book. But yeah, I'm at 83%, so hopefully I'll be done soon. I can't take much more. Okay, so she has a kidney infection. She's fucking black and blue from how rough he was before he basically said, there you go, I've used you, fuck off. And I'm 93% in. Done myself some chips for lunch because I think I need the carbs to get through this bullshit. It's a lot. But Hayden is a sweetie who had lunch with her, watched Mean Girls with her, had pizza, took her to the hospital when she was sick, and like, why can't she see what's in front of her? I'm gonna power through that last 7%. Wish me luck. Oh God, he's at our house again. Just leave the poor girl alone. Haven't you done enough damage, dude? He is a piece of work. Sokovia has just announced that she can no longer compete in this meet in front of everyone. Instead of telling her first, he just announces it to the whole group, and that's the first she knows. And she's all embarrassed because he's saying, you're not good enough yet. And then she's gone to him privately and said, why are you doing this? And he goes, oh, because you have a boyfriend, Hayden. And she's all like, I haven't got a boyfriend, what's wrong with you? And he basically admits he's been spying on her. And then says, oh, I just want you to hate me so you'll tell me no when I keep pursuing you. Like, I'm sorry, mate, you're the adult, she's a 16-year-old girl. Control your fucking self. It's not down to her to tell you no. It's down to you to be a fucking adult and, you know, not act on everything you want to do. He's just sabotaging her whole career because he can't keep his dick in his pants. Ooh. This is too much. I'm at 96%. So yeah. Thank God I'm almost done. Yeah, someone's walked in and it's Hayden. And she's finishing while making eye contact with him. Oh my God. Why? Why does this have to happen? Okay, so that was the end of the book, like him walking in on them. It was bound to happen, yeah. Is that a place to end the book? I think she's talked him into not telling anyone, which is cool. But it just felt like a really odd place to end it. At the moment, I'm definitely giving it a 2-star. Like, I really thought that this could be the book for me. I really thought that this would be up my street, but nope. I know as well that it's not mainly about their age as well. Like, even if they were 2 consenting adults, I still wouldn't have liked this. There was so much technical gymnastics. The author, I believe, was a gymnast, so I think it's hard to write it if you know that intimate technical knowledge. I think the on again, off again really bothered me as well, but that is partly to do with her age. Like, he would show up, sleep with her, tell her it's never happening again, have a go at her at work and then come back to her. It just makes it feel more like he's using her. And it's funny that I have a problem with that, because I loved After and they're on again, off again constantly, and it didn't infuriate me like it did here. I think overall, I just didn't see any chemistry between them at all. And it just didn't feel believable. Like, I know it's fiction, but like, I couldn't get behind their relationship at all. I'm all for enemies to lovers, I'm all for forbidden romance, but it was neither of these, because he was just an absolute bellend who abused his power, fucked up her career, because the whole time she's not doing that good at gymnastics because she's so strung out over him. So yeah, it was a disappointing experience and I'm not carrying on. The positives of the book for me were only really like her friendship with Hayden. Oh no, and I think that might be it. I suppose I didn't have any problem with the writing style. It was easy enough to read. It just took me so long because I didn't care. What a letdown. I'm glad someone caught them eventually though as well, because it felt too good to be true that they were just getting away with this all the time. They kept taking risks and doing it in public. That's not realistic at all. Adriana just ignoring her injury infuriated me as well. Like, if you're a gymnast and you want to go elite and be able to compete in the Olympics, wouldn't you take injuries a bit more seriously? Not just ignore them and hope they go away. You're just making it worse, even though I know that. Kova was my main issue as well. I think Adriana was a 15 and then 16-year-old girl, so a lot of her behaviour is understandable and normal, whereas Kova was an adult acting like a man-child, and I can't get past that. The plot too as well, I felt like it went nowhere. It just felt like her training the whole time, which I didn't particularly care about, and not getting anywhere. Like, to me, it never felt like she got any better. Like, hopefully I wasn't too ranty. I went into this book expecting to enjoy it as well, so it's a shame I didn't. I know some people won't like the negativity, but I'm not saying this is a bad book. If you enjoyed it, cool, that's great. It's just, for me, I didn't feel any chemistry. I didn't like Kova, and I felt he was too much of a bad guy. So yeah, shame, but I think I would possibly read something else by Lucia Franco because her writing was still good. Thanks for sticking around if you did, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.